What's up, y'all? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video. For today's video, I want to talk about who's the MVP of the NBA right now. Let's get into it. So obviously there's a lot of candidates that we have, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, obviously Joel Embiid, Donovan Mitchell. There's a lot of people in that conversation that can be the MVP, but who's going to prevail at the end? Right now it's probably Joel Embiid due to the fact that his team is the second best team record-wise in the NBA. He puts up a lot of points, he puts up a lot of boards and a few assists. He does everything for their team. He's the heart and soul of their team. Without him, they don't win. I mean, it's obvious in the record that without him they don't win. So he's definitely the most important to his team. But at the end of the day, they got to advance in the playoffs more than they had before. But I still do think that he can have a good shot at the MVP without even being a guard or a forward. He's a center. A center hasn't really won the award a lot, but I think he has what it takes to get the win on this one. And then we move on to Donovan Mitchell, obviously the best record in the NBA wise with the Utah Jazz. They beat the 76ers. They beat the Lakers, the Clippers, every good team Utah Jazz has pretty much beaten. So, and he's averaging outstanding numbers, point-wise and assist-wise, even rebounds. He's a guard that can hustle, that can make plays when needed to. He's clutch. He's everything you need in a guard. Even when Shaq was talking about him on the show, I think he took it to heart. He was like, I'm going to use that as motivation. I'm going to come out stronger and prove to these guys that I am an MVP caliber player. And that's what he's proven so far. And if he can continue that trend, and if his team, the Utah Jazz, can continue to win, I think he'll have a good shot at winning it. He really will. And when we move down the conference, obviously the Warriors, Steph Curry's averaging over 30 points, a lot of assists. He's doing what he normally does. To me, that's not really MVP because he's already been MVP. That's what he does. He's proven that he does that every year. He averages 30 points every year. So why give it, I know he probably deserves it just like LeBron does every year, but if you're a great player, you got to be consistent, and he's been consistent at the 30 points and all that. And his team isn't the best team right now. They have I think they're just above 500, so not the best team, so you can't really win MVP if your team isn't the best, even though Russell Westbrook did that one year, but he was averaging triple-doubles. So, I mean, that's hard to compete against when it comes to MVP caliber. And then you have LeBron James, obviously the most obvious. To me, he should win every year. He's always playing the best. He's always in the best shape. He's always consistent on playing. And he's just always there. And he's always putting up great numbers. He's clutch most of the time, and his team's always one of the best. So I don't know how he hasn't won. He should have like 12 to 15 MVPs by now, but the league has to spread them out and be sharing with them. But LeBron James should definitely have a lot of MVPs, a lot more than he has currently. And if his team keeps it up this year, if they keep playing well, I think he'll win it this year, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be between him and Joel Embiid. If those two teams stay on trend, if those two players stay on trend and don't get hurt, and they stay healthy, I think it'll be between them two for the MVP. Then you have Kevin Durant. Obviously, Durant's coming back from a Achilles injury. He's putting up great numbers, great boards, great assists. I mean, you can't guard him. You can't guard the guy. Kevin Durant's averaging over 30 points. He's one of those players where you just can't guard. No matter what you do, you can't guard. He's going to shoot over you. You can't block it. You can't do anything to stop it. So that's why I have him in there as well. The Nets are obviously, they don't have the best record, but they're trending upward. They've won a lot of games in a row, so they're keeping that momentum going. And I think they can make some noise in the playoffs for sure this year. I don't think he'll be able to be the MVP just because of all the people ahead of him, but they're going to have a great team going into the playoffs. And then the last one that I have on there is Devin Booker. I don't know why a lot of people aren't talking about him as much, but he should be an all-star starter. I mean, he's a dynamic, outstanding player for the Phoenix Suns, shooting guard. Finally, I know about him since I lived out here in Arizona, but he hasn't been on the national stage because the Suns haven't been good. So now that y'all are starting to see him and see what he can do, you're finally starting to get it in your head. He's pretty damn good. So I do think he should win MVP. He should at least have a chance. He's just watch him shoot. He plays just like Kobe. Some of the moves he does, he takes it right from Kobe's playbook, and it's just a great thing. Fun player to watch for sure, and fun team to watch in the Phoenix Suns. So there I have it. Those are my MVP candidates. About halfway through the season, let's see how that plays out. How all these players play out. Hopefully they all stay healthy. And yeah, that's my MVP talk for this season. So hopefully y'all liked the video. If your favorite team, favorite player, if I talked about him, let me know in the comments. If you have someone that should be in the MVP conversation, let me know in the comments. Anyways, be sure to like, subscribe. I'll be back with another video.